everybody, Ziv Simon here. I'm the creator of Surgical Master. It was great to have you at the webinar last week on the disasters in the aesthetic zone. It was fun to give it and organize it, and I enjoyed your questions, interactions, and everything about it. It was just a lot of fun. I'm preparing a replay for you so you can watch it again, or if you missed it, you'll be able to watch it very, very soon. But in the meanwhile, I wanted to show you a small part of it where I talk about what is necessary in order to perform surgery in the aesthetic zone, and I hope you find it very useful. Doing surgery in the aesthetic zone is not for every dentist. It's not for everybody, and that's okay, because it takes a certain mindset, it takes a certain preparation. And it's not for everybody, but I assume everybody on this presentation, on this webinar, is interested in doing surgery in the aesthetic zone, is interested in getting involved, is interested in helping their patients and building their practices. And this is going to be very helpful. You're going to need 4 things to be able to do surgery in the aesthetic zone, to be involved with surgery. You need 4 things, okay? So what do you need? You definitely need knowledge. You need the training. That's very, very important. That's part of what we're doing tonight, this evening. Some of you guys, it's in the morning. So any time of the day, you're learning, you're gaining knowledge, you're becoming smarter. And you also need to train. You need to learn how to do this, whether it's in a residency program or you need to take some long-term courses, a mini residency. But it's not enough to have knowledge and training. You really need to practice. You need to put everything to the test, and you need to acquire some surgical skills. Also extremely important. You need to get your hands wet, and you need to know how to do. You need to experience what it feels like, how the tissues feel like, what it feels like to reflect flaps and make incisions and suture. You need to build up your surgical skills. And as you do it, you need to make mistakes, okay? You need to experience some complications. You need to have the experience of handling complications, sometimes successfully, sometimes not. But you need to get these things under your belt. You can't practice and train and take courses and lectures and webinars and online courses and watch YouTube all day long without doing, because you will not acquire surgical skills. And even if you start performing surgery, if you don't do enough of it, you will not get to experiencing complications and making mistakes. I made my fair amount of mistakes in my career and still making them on pretty regular basis. And what's important is to learn from your mistakes. So these are the 3 most important things, but I said 4 things. Actually, the 4th thing that is probably the most important when you want to transition into surgery in the aesthetic zone is really having the proper mindset. And what do I mean by a mindset? Mindset is basically a certain attitude or a disposition. Have the right mindset, the right intention to operate in the aesthetic zone. It's not the same. And for the ones of you that have some experience, it's not the same replacing a lower molar, like the money tooth, and replacing a central incisor. It's a totally different ballgame. It's not so much about the knowledge and the training and the skills. It's more about the mindset. And what is the mindset to perform aesthetic surgery consist of? The mindset has to do with your confidence. Okay, you need to not just be confident internally, you need to project confidence to your patients and your team, and not fake. It has to be real, unfortunately. Okay, and that's very important for your mindset. Number 2, you have to have a big picture view, a big picture attitude, not to be dogmatic or narrow-minded, or be a one-track mind, just extracting teeth, placing implants. You need to look at the big picture, look at the adjacent teeth, understand the patient, know about the different protocols but knowing when to use what, being flexible based on the situations and the circumstances during the surgery. And very important, being a very good communicator, having good communication skills with your patient, being able to convey the challenges and how difficult it is and what are the things that we are working against when we replace teeth in the aesthetic zone, and creating a great rapport with your patient, and also in a way lowering their expectations, because what happens, patients are coming in to replace a central incisor and they are thinking this is just like having a new crown and we're just replacing a tooth. And the reality, no, success is not always guaranteed. And we need to have very good communication skills to talk to our patients. Now, I'm not going to spend that much time on communication in this webinar, but I'm going to talk about it in more future training. So you need to have a good mindset to perform aesthetic surgery. Now, the bigger question is, how do you get into the mindset? I hope you found this short video useful in understanding what are the important things to perform surgery in the aesthetic zone. It's really all about the mindset, and I'm going to talk about it in future videos and training programs. I'll see you then.